Oh, you want me to just
how
talk
did you
about
guys?
it?
Yeah, if you don't mind, Mike, and add your 2 cents in here too, Mike, as you get into there, because you've seen it longer than pretty much anyone else here.
Well, when I came into the project, yeah, I saw it like this on a different stand, and Joe was just telling me about like a little bit of the history. I had just watched a video on it, and I had never heard of it. And I'm looking at just this thing that's clearly this test bed, all hacked together, and you know, nothing's really welded very nicely. Things are just, you know, hey, we need to fit a radiator in here, make a weird little, make a weird little thing here, and so, yeah, that's when we talked about.
There's so many holes in it.
Yeah, we talked about scanning it and trying to just reverse engineer the structure of it, and then how to make that structure better. That's basically where we got to on the chassis. This was all leaded in, and took the lead out to see what was underneath, and yeah, so this is, you know, this type of stuff is not the level of work that goes on in here. So we're gonna, you know, we've been talking with Chuck Kyle about how this arch needs to be, and we're gonna have a really good game plan when we get to that point. But right now, the main focus has been the chassis and trying to get this to a point where we can start putting the body on it and blending the two.
So what do we have over here?
This is the whole front clip of the car here, and there's been a lot of work to make this integrate into itself and fixture into itself, so we get good integration of each profile. That's going to be a bolt-up point for structural things that need to not flex and need to be aligned perfectly, and so there's a lot of key fit type stuff where that will fit, and that all key fits, and it locates.
That's fantastic.
We had to make a dimple die to try to match the dimples on the car, but this material is slightly thicker, trying to make this chassis stronger. And so it's 063 chromoly, and so we made a dimple die for pressing the dimples in. We got some parts just sitting here. This is a steering box mount that's not been final welded yet. We, you know, it's basically said like every one of the cross members, the transmount cross members, have been underbuilt for the car. So that was something that we had to address. And so this cross member here, it matches this one in many ways, but we wanted to beef this whole thing really strong up. So this one's only made out of like, you know, yeah, it's like 18 gauge. It's very custom.
Wait.
So the new one is, and also this is a different this mounted up the first style of transmission, and we have the second style now. So there's only a couple of the first one made. I don't remember how many, but so the mounts are even different. So it had to change a little bit in order to mount right to the new transmission, but yeah, trying to keep it the same feel, but just way stouter. So now all of this is 1/8" chromoly, and it all ties into the suspension bulkheads, which are 1/8" chromoly. All of the frame rails are 063 chromoly. This is 1/8" chromoly with 1/4" on the bottom strap, because that's one of the lowest points of the car. And the old one was very smashed in, so we wanted to make that pretty strong.
You've seen the photos of the bell housings and the oil pans.
Yeah.
So it's that one that's
Yeah.
Is Teague's the one that created that piece of art.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dick Teague was pretty excited about that one.
Yeah. So you can see like trying to take areas like this comes down with this sheet to make the suspension mount. There's a little one up front there too. So that same thing is coming in here. You know, you're gonna have that'll go there, and then that's the suspension mount there being jigged. You can see that all fixed in place right there. A lot of this is very loosely fixtured right now, so don't lean on it.
I'm not
There's
gonna
some
touch
tacks,
it.
it's clamped. This is the first time that this much of it has been together. So a lot of these parts they've been sub-assemblies, so each sub-assembly gets all bent, fit, tacked, and some of them have been welded and then polished out to their final so that they're ready to be fit for final. And they've been sitting on shelves. So the big one has been this assembly from here all forward has been over in Kalamazoo in my shop for a little bit now. And yeah, man, it all gets water jet cut, but you know, you don't want to have that grit and stuff on the cut edges. So everywhere that's going to be welded, you got to like give it a quick cleanup and sand and clean it and make sure that it's going to be good for when you're final fit and you're welding. You're not going to have a spot that goes and
Puts a big hole in it.
yeah, it puts a big hole in it. You want it to all go just right, so you got to take the time to prep it all right. And you can see all these welds right here haven't been polished out yet, but like this is all weld right here, so it'll all end up looking. Some welds will get left, you know, for cool touches and everything like that, but it's all gonna get polished out to look super nice and like $1 million.
One more.
One more.
Wow, man, that's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Unbelievable.
I'll show you all the CAD work you can do on the iPad. So this is